Today we're taking a closer look at and showing you how to install the factory style headlights with the clear corners and black housings, fitting all halogen equipped 2015 through 2017 F-150s. Now you guys should be considering these headlights for your ride if you're looking for an affordable way to add a slightly more sinister appearance to the front end, while also ditching those somewhat ugly amber reflectors at the same time. Now these headlights will be sold in pairs of 2. They will feature the black ABS housings, the clear lenses, and can be had all for right around that low $200 price point. All right, moving into our features block, and first and foremost here, guys, affordability. That's always a biggie to point out when shopping for truck parts. And this is gonna be a great option for owners looking to switch up the look or the vibe of your truck, but not spend a whole lot of money in the process. Secondly, appearance, right? I mean, that's what a lot of truck owners are shopping. And if you really dig the factory style of the headlights, you don't wanna sway too far from that. These are certainly gonna be worth a look because A, they're gonna replace the chrome housings, or at least a lot of them, with a more sinister matte black. And believe it or not, that really does make a pretty substantial change to the front end of the truck, as you guys can see from some of our installed shots. Now, second big change here will be the elimination of that amber reflector, replaced with a clear lens, and that really does help contribute to a cleaner look. So yes, overall, they do adhere to the factory recipe in regards to layout, things like that, but there are some subtle and meaningful changes with these headlights that really will make an impact once installed. Now, as far as your construction is concerned, well, these headlights will utilize, again, the combination of the ABS plastic for the base or the housing itself, while being topped off with that crystal clear impact-resistant polycarbonate lens. Again, great combination if you want to give that darker, more aggressive look, but without the smoke lens to help get you there, which can sometimes cut down on your light or visibility. Finally, guys, these lights, again, do not include any brand new bulbs, so just keep that in mind. You can either just transfer them over from your stockers or use this as an opportunity to upgrade. The lights have been given the DOT and SAE stamp of approval, and they are adjustable if you do want to aim them properly, which I strongly recommend after the install. Now, moving into price point, and the factory styled options that we have here with the clear corners will live around that low $200 price point, which does make these one of the more affordable options for your F-150, but at the same time you have to consider they are also very basic. So if you did want to step into something that's going to deliver an aggressive look, but also daytime running lights or LEDs, something like that, well then ultimately you will have to spend a bit more. All right, last but not least, let's talk installation. Site's gonna call this a pretty solid 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and at least an hour to complete from start to finish. But now to give you a better idea of how this one might go down in the garage or driveway at home, let's throw it out to the shop for our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
Tools required for this install include a ratchet, clip remover tool, extension, 7, 10, and 13 millimeter sockets. What's up, guys? Today we're installing a set of headlights on our F-150. First, we're going to watch a quick uninstall video showing you how to get to this point, and I'll be right back here for the install.
Now, in order to get our headlights out of the way, we have to remove this trim panel below the headlight, hugging the fender and the wheel well liner. So grab a 7 millimeter socket and a ratchet and remove these 2 screws inside the wheel well. Now, the top side of that trim panel under the hood, so pop your hood, you're gonna remove this plastic push pin clip or that plastic rivet. I'm gonna use a panel removal tool for this, which I find to be a little easier. You can also use a small flathead screwdriver. Just wanna get up underneath that top portion and pull it up. Just like that. You can go underneath of it, pull it up in one piece. All right, from here we can pull back on this plastic panel on both sides. So grab your hand in the wheel well liner, and you're just gonna pull back just like that and set it aside. All right, so now we have to remove the black plastic trim underneath of that pre-painted one on the exterior. So we have 5 10 millimeter bolts, 2 on the side, 3 on the front. I'm gonna use an extension and a 10 millimeter socket. All right, finally in the wheel well again, there's just 1 push pin clip. We're just gonna pop that guy out with our panel tool. All right, from here what we're gonna do is just pull back on this black plastic trim, disconnect it and set it aside, which exposes the bottom of our headlight and allows us to pull it out. All right, so now to remove our headlight, we have 2 10 millimeter bolts at the top. one on the inside, which is pretty deep in. You'll definitely need an extension to get to. All right, now to get to that last one here, you're gonna go to the far bottom right corner of your taillight, go straight in, and you'll meet another black 10mm bolt. All right, from here it's real simple. Pull straight back to remove your headlight. Now what you wanna do is pinch and disconnect the factory harness. There's one up top, two of these guys on the back end. Perfect, now you can set this aside.
So now that we have our factory headlights removed, we need to transfer over all of our bulbs from our factory one to our new one. So we're gonna pop off these rubber covers on both sides. We have bulbs we're gonna twist to the left to unlock, transfer over, switch to the right, and then same thing for our other two. So now we'll start by just pulling off our rubber covers. And then we're gonna twist this bulb to the left, pull it out, press the tab on our connector to separate it, bring it over to our new headlight. Plug in our connector, drop that into place while tucking your wires, turn it to the right and lock it into place. And then you can press your cover back on. Do the same thing on the bottom one. Tuck your wires, lay it in, lock it into place, put your cover on. And then we'll get our whole bulb socket up here, slide it into our new headlight, twist it to the right, and same thing on our last one. Now do that same thing for your other headlights and we'll get these on the truck. So now we're just gonna plug in our 3 connectors and slide our headlight into place. And then you can slide that headlight into place. And then I'm going to thread in the 2 bolts at the top to hold it in. And now if we pull back on this cover, we'll expose the bolt on the side. So you can thread that in and then tighten it down with a 10mm socket. Next we can come to the bottom and slide on our bottom cover. Get that lined up and push it into place, and then we'll thread in all of the bolts at the bottom of that cover. And I'll take a 10mm socket and tighten all of these down. And now at the side, we have our last 3 bolts as well as that push clip. And I'll take a 10mm socket to tighten down these 3 side bolts. And I'll come back up top, take your 10mm socket, tighten down these 2 bolts, and then you can repeat the whole process on the other side. Next we can line up and reinstall our grill. Make sure you don't get your 2 electrical connectors underneath there. Just keep these covers to the outside of it. So now we'll start at the bottom corner of our grill. We have our 13mm bolt that we'll thread into place and take a 13mm socket to tighten down. And then while we're down here, we'll just take this clip on our little cover and press it back into our grill, and we'll just do the same thing going up and around, 3 on each side. Now we'll thread in our 4 upper grill bolts and reconnect our 2 connectors. And take your 10mm socket and tighten those down. And now we can grab that rad cover and all of our clips. So now slide your radiator cover under your intake inlet. And then we'll start reinstalling all of those push clips. Now lastly, we can reinstall our headlight surround. So just line up your clips, slide them all in, and wrap it around the side. And now reinstall your clip at the top. And now come back to the wheel well and thread in your 2 7mm screws. And take a 7mm socket, tighten them down, and do the same thing on the other side. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the factory style headlights with clear corners, black housing, and clear lens for your 2015 to 17 F-150 with factory halogen headlights. Thank you for watching, and for all things F-150, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.